How you doing, brother?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Very good, man. This is my first time here in the Pitch app.
Mine
Uh,
as well. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
good, because I just saw that you were live, and I want to know more about EOS blockchain. What is exactly that you are proposing? How we can come up with something valuable out of this conversation, no? And see about the pitch for the business.
Great, great. Um, I don't know, you probably have seen the description. We are building a protocol on Diaz blockchain and the social network platform that interfaces with this protocol so as to enable the sharing economy. When I'm saying sharing economy, I mean that we are creating a marketplace essentially that connects individuals and businesses to easily organize events, or they can be one of the following types of stakeholders on the events, like organizers. They can be working on events, service providers. They can be selling products in events. They can be um, investing or sponsoring events, and or simply just attending those events. And because I mean, the sharing economy with Uber, let's say for the ride sharing, is one on one people, two people are involved. On an event, many more people are involved, and much more complex economical things can happen. And ComeTogether supports all of the spectrum, from the most complex things with like many people investing on this with crowdfunding and sharing the profits also of the event, to the most simple things like one person can go and book a venue from ComeTogether. So this is a use case of ComeTogether as well. Or one person can find also the service providers, but in the end pay all bear all the costs themselves without doing the crowdfunding. But we have the support of the crowdfunding as well. And the way to do it is extremely simple, with just going through five UIs,
Mhm.
and you have hosted an event, and this event is online, and people can fund it if you have chosen to crowdfund it, or people can buy tickets if you just chose the tickets, and people can buy tickets during the crowdfunding if you chose that. So you de-risk a bit yourself. I mean, instead of bearing all the cost up front and then try to sell the tickets with an idea that you have and that maybe not work in the market. In that case, you maybe sell some tickets through the crowdfunding and see that the event is going well. And when because if it doesn't go well, the crowdfunding will just not succeed and you don't lose anything. But if it goes fine, it's a very good indicator of real feedback from the market. So you are likely to sell also after the crowdfunding is ended, and you have risked much less capital, because some of the cost of the event is paid through the crowdfunding. So that's essentially what we're doing. And the blockchain is a perfect fit for that, because it enables all of these people to be collaborating trustless, and they can be strangers on the internet, just like-minded individuals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like the crowdfunding part. On the event part, I have one question because I myself I had organized events. And what happens with events? Like I see the part where it's going to be very useful for the organizing, the organizer to have part of the money before the event starts. No, so they're getting paid and they are raising funds before even the event starts. So that is going to help the organizer. But for the person that is paying for the event, no, who is putting the money together, in the case that the event it doesn't go well, like the event it doesn't happen, what is going to be in place for assuring that you can get your refund or your money back? You know what I'm saying? Like if we put together a crowdfunding for a concert, and then the concert it don't happen, like a fire festival. So you raise all the money there, and you are getting in real time from transactions, you are getting the funds, okay? But at the end of the day, it doesn't happen. How you gonna deal with that? Or this is going to be more, let's say, crowdfunding for projects like GoFundMe, where you know that, okay, I'm giving this money away. You know what I'm saying? Or
I know exactly.
or I'm expected to get a return in the case that something it doesn't go as it was planned.
Yeah. We want to enable a free market of events. So we want to be for the organizer to be able to design an event exactly the way they want it to. So maybe they want to make a charitable event like GoFundMe, and the people just donate their money. But we also support investing for profit. But we also support just buying products from the event or a mix of all those, right? So you can just buy your tickets through the crowdfunding, or you can invest money for profits in the crowdfunding. And the thing is that, of course, if the crowdfunding doesn't, if the funding goal isn't reached, with the funding goal, we calculate it from the cost of the event. We see how much the service, because we do the matchmaking with the service providers, right? We enable the organizer to find the service providers and that he wants to staff the event, the event, the venue, the artists, all of this. They find them through our platform, the catering companies, sound and vision, and whatever you can imagine. So it's as you go on the Airbnb, for example, and search for a house. So that's where in ComeTogether, the service providers will go and put their availability, so you can search for them and create the event. So that way, we know how much money these service providers need, because they declare this in the registration process, and we calculate the cost for your event. The cost, of course, we have a suggested cost. You can say, I will pay you maybe did a bargain for organizers. That happens in real life. So maybe you can have a cheaper cost. So it's configurable, but we suggest some cost. And then this cost becomes the funding goal. Then the crowdfunding takes place. If the funding goal is not covered, everybody takes their money back through smart contracts. So it's something guaranteed. Yeah.
Okay, so you are going to be acting as the intermediary between the public and who is organizing the event. Like, how you ensure that, okay, you are going to get the refund in the case that, let's say, it rains. And sorry, let me put my phone down. In the case that the event it doesn't happen for whatever reason, like it gets a rain or something, like are you guys ensuring that people can get the refund? That's what. Okay.
Yeah, if the crowdfunding doesn't go well, we are ensuring they can get the refund. If the event doesn't go well, we don't ensure that they will get the money back, but we provide the transparency so they can judge. They have better judgment if the event will go fine or not. Because in the case of Fire Festival, for example, that would have been prevented if it was done through ComeTogether, because this guy was claiming that they will have all these services that he was claiming that they would, but in the end he didn't hire the proper people to do all this stuff. He didn't manage the money in the right way. But in our case, you know how the money of the event are managed, because they are managed through the smart contracts. So the founder just declares who the service providers will be, and the service providers get paid through smart contracts. So you don't have to trust the founder of the event.
You are providing transparency on okay, all these companies are involved in putting together this event, like from the catering to transportation to the venue. Everything is on the platform and is public for the people on the platform, right?
Exactly. Yes.
All right. One question: what is the plan for growing and getting awareness for this? Like, who is the client what is the target market
Yeah.
that you to get in front of?
Yeah, at this moment we are targeting our first niche markets will be two. In the end, of course, we aspire to come together to be. That's why this general name. We aspire to be
That's
for.
a very good name. I
Yeah.
really
All
together like
thanks.
it's really forward thinking, like it's really forward thinking, and it seems that it encapsulates like come together, like collaboration, transparency, sharing. Like it's a really
Exactly.
good name.
And it really represents what we are trying to do. And the thing is that the wait, sorry. Yeah, the target markets that we will target first are we have some very ripe for disruption ones. The one is the blockchain event market, which if you are into blockchain, would have noticed that there are a lot of events taking
Yeah,
place in the blockchain space. Yeah, it's the first killer app of the blockchain is the conferences. I
yeah,
like to say.
yeah. Okay, that was a good answer. So that's perfect. That's the market for that.
Yeah,
Like
and
get
it's
events involved in that. Like,
yeah, and
and how do you guys make money? Like, you going to take a fee for the
no.
event, or how do you guys make money?
No, our platform will be completely feeless, and EOS allows us to do that. But the reason to be feeless is because we are talking about an open source protocol. So there is no point in taking a centralized fee because people can fork you, and they can just take out the founder fee and move on. So the best way to monetize an open source protocol, we believe, is by creating a token that captures the value of the network. And this happens because the token that we have created, we have some mechanisms that reduce its velocity while enhancing the user experience at the same time. And by reducing its velocity, we ensure that the demand for the token increases proportional to the demand of the use of the app. So if the app is going to be used, we know that the token has no choice but to appreciate in value, regardless of market cycles. Of course, market cycles will play a part, and we make money by keeping a part of these tokens for the company and for our investors as well.
So, what happens if you don't sell any token?
If we don't sell any tokens, that would mean that our app is not being used, because if the app we are not actually doing an ICO, we are going to do an airdrop. Because the ICO market, as you may have noticed, is not very healthy lately.
Yeah,
So we're going to do an airdrop, and the airdrop is a way of getting funded as well. Because if we keep the 50% of the tokens for ourselves, for the company, as not just for profits, but for revenues for the company, and we give away the rest of the 50%, and the app is being used. Demand for the token is being created, and we can sell some of these tokens to keep the company running. And this way, the demand is going to be increased even more.
yeah, but one second there. For example, I use Eventbrite, and I don't want to buy a stock in Eventbrite. I use
Yeah.
Facebook, but I don't want to buy a stock in Facebook. I don't see the link between, okay, the app is popular, the application, the marketplace is working, and I want to own a piece of the value of that marketplace. I don't see the correlation between one and another. You follow me in this? And also,
Definitely.
when you have the token, you don't have dollars for paying Amazon Web Services or hardware, software, salaries, everything. You need to sell tokens every month, change it for dollars, and pay the bills.
No, definitely not. That's not the case, because I'm sorry, I didn't pointed out the most important part. All payments and the crowdfunding and everything is going to happen in a stable coin, which essentially, from a user standpoint, it will be the dollar, it will be the euro. Will not even name it as a stable coin in the user interface to not scare people. But the way to, when there comes the time that we ask for our fees, I mean, if when you go to Eventbrite and you do create an event, they take you through the charging to the charging part, so you can choose your subscription, the package that fits for you. Well, that's what we are going to do as well. So if the people don't like to get involved with ComeTogether tokens and they just want to get down with it as fast as possible, they can choose to pay a fee. But this fee doesn't go to us. That's the thing. It goes to the other token holders that rent their fees. I don't know if you are aware of EOS Rex exchange. The EOS token of people to rent it to other people for some fees, and that's where. But it will not be on the interest of the users to pay this fee. It will be much more economically effective if they just the tokens that they need for to do this work, and they keep them and they sell them later. But this may be fall in value, maybe appreciate in value, but for sure, if they pay the fee, for sure that they lose it. And this way, I'm a true. We are a true believers in in decentralization, and we believe that in the long term, it can offer in make the network more robust and add to the growth, and it even offers some good potential for us to do things like we have, for example, an adjustable inflation that we use for referral marketing purposes. So the first time that a new user comes to our application, not only doesn't have to buy, that he gets for free the tokens that he needs to perform their first work. So we see how the market values them, and they perform the first work for free and they gain 20% more, which would be the tokens that they need to stake. And then they get the second work with these tokens as well. Or they can sell them. They are theirs from their own. And whoever referred them, they also get 20%. Of course, this puts an inflation in the current token holders, but it's an inflation that keeps the network healthy because it invites more people in. And this network is healthy by the network effects. It's an application that needs network effects. I mean, Bitcoin network is healthy when miners provide security. Our network is healthy when a lot of people are found and come together, and you can book them. You can find DJs that you want. You can find the venues. You can find the blockchain speakers that you want. You can find everyone. So, yeah.
So the way that we are getting a return on the investment and the company is making profit is that you are selling those tokens that is going to work inside the platform, right? So if I put together an event in the platform, I'm buying some of the tokens, right? So I can put together my event. That's what I'm getting from you, no? That's the simplified version of when I sign up and creating the event, I need to buy some of the tokens.
It's in two cases that you need to buy tokens. When you provide work for the network, but when you provide work for the network, this is a general term. It can mean that you go and provide services in an event. You are a service provider. In this case, you stake 20% of your compensation. So if you are getting 100 euros to play DJ somewhere, you have to stake 20 euros worth of ComeTogether token for 10 days. Or you can pay 10 euros as a fee if you don't want to get involved with ComeTogether tokens. And on the other case, when you are also staking when you are receiving money from the event. So if you are a founder or an investor in an event, the time that it will come for you to receive your profits, the revenue, that's where you have to stake 20% again. So this way we make sure our key metrics become the revenues of the cost of each event and the revenue of each event. For the cost of each event, we tax 20% the service providers. So that's how we tax the cost of each event. And we tax 20% the investors and the founders, which get the profit. So we tax the revenue also 20%. From each event that will happen, we know that 20% demand ComeTogether token will be created because of the cost of this event, and another 20% of the revenue of this event will be the demand.
Okay, and you are taxing the profit of the service provider and the organizer in the form of tokens, right?
The revenue of those.
Let's put an example. I'm putting together an event that I need 100,000 tokens, whatever it is the value, just to put it like a percentage. So I sell enough tickets for the event. Let's say that I need to sell 100,000 tickets, each one for one token. Okay, and then I have expenses with other service providers that are going to be around 50,000 in expenses, right? Let's say catering, venue, transportation, this and that. Okay, so I have 20,000 50,000 in expenses. Okay, then I'm going to have a profit of 50,000. Okay, but from those 50,000 tokens, you are going to take the 20% at the time that I'm cashing out. No, I'm getting my let's say 20% of 50 is like 8. No, like 12.5. You are going to take from that profit, and you are going to keep those tokens in the platform as the platform. I can exchange and sell my tokens. That I am right in that interpretation.
We are not keep them. Yeah, we will not keeping them. You have to stake them by staking them. So we charge the money not as money. We charge them through time. So if you stake them, you have to lock them. So this money go out of the circulation. So we decrease the velocity of the token. So because the supply stays the same, the demand gets increased because people need tokens to stake, and the other tokens are staked already because other events are being organized. So this way, we know that we do that for the value of the event, for the value to be appreciated, for the value of the token to be appreciated.
So that 20% is not that you are keeping those tokens, the 20%.
No, they are just staying locked on the user's account.
Okay.
And on 10 days, they get unlocked, and he can do whatever they want with them. But the thing is that this way also we make the users also some owners of the platform. As you said, Facebook doesn't do that, or Airbnb, but Airbnb tries to do that now. Airbnb actually issued an offer to its hosts to offer them shares in Airbnb, and we think it's a better way to do things because it aligns the interests. Right now in Facebook, for example, the shareholders of Facebook have different interests with their users, and this friction is starting to show because the people want to other things. The shareholders want to keep them in front of a screen and to feed them with things that will make them click on more ads. But in our case, both we and our users want for more events to happen, more events with more cost and events with more revenue. So that's our interest and everybody's. And we also reduce the platform risk. I mean, if you have a big business in Facebook right now, and this big business is dependent on Facebook, if Facebook changes a feature, you may be run out of business. But in our case, the platform risk is reduced because the people that have a big business on ComeTogether, let's say a festival organizer, needs to have a lot of tokens. So he also has voting power in the features of the protocol. So maybe a feature that puts him out of business, he has a voting power to say, he has a say on this matter. Okay. So we have to be to service our users in any case. Whatever our users vote, that's what we have to do. So in Facebook, it's not like that. In Facebook, they have to do whatever the shareholders vote.
Yeah. I get your point. So you are making people that are users and at the same time part owners on the company and the platform, right?
Yes.
And the protocol. Where is right now in the process of development the platform UI, the coding? How is in the process? Like 10%, 20, 80%? Like in what
Around
stage?
60%. Around 60%, I would say. We have an alpha version ready, which shows exactly where this is going. So yeah, I mean the rest of the things is like to finish details that are easily describable. I mean the novelties of Come Together are already there. The other things are things that you have seen on Facebook, you have seen on other social media. So it's easy to understand what we want to do in this play in the rest 40%. And other things are very important thing is to make it more secure because we're talking about smart contracts that will move money around, and we also need a lot of money for the marketing and the legal side of the things.
Um, and how is going to work with the legal part? Because when we are talking about blockchains, it's going to be all over the world. Um, the events are going to be happening in one place, specific in a specific country, or how is going to be that part handled? You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's say that for certain type of event, you need permissions and you need paying uh, um, a vendor there in the local currency, okay? Or you are going to be only having vendors that are going to accept the EOS, the tokens. Sorry.
No. I let me point this out again because it's really important. All payments and crowdfunding and everything will happen on stable coin, on euro, on USD. It will be one of these. I mean, on the protocol side of things, it supports every kind of EOS 20 token, like the ERC20 on Ethereum. It's the EOS, the respective thing on EOS. On the protocol level, everything is supported. But on the user side of things, we will not complicate the things so much. We will just give them one or two choices of the most widely used stable coins, or maybe one choice. Maybe we say USD and it's USDT, but in the end, they will just be able to pay with their credit card. I mean, for somebody to buy tickets, they don't even have to know that there is
Okay.
Come Together coins. They will just buy with a credit card.
Okay.
But if they want to make money from Come Together, that's when they have to stake coins or pay a fee, because it cannot be a free lunch. But the people that buying tickets don't have to stake, don't have to pay a fee. It's
Okay.
just as they were buying tickets before with a credit card,
Okay.
seamlessly.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Um, I have all my questions. How old is the company? How old is this project?
It's 1 year already that we are working like full. I'm working full time for the last 1 year, like more than full time. And there is a team of another 6 people, which 4 of them are also full time for the last 7 months. No, more like 9 months now. And yeah, some other more part-time people. Like now lately the marketing team came up from like some really talented and experienced marketers that are doing millions in revenues through their e-commerce company. So, and they know very well the events industry from the music event industry, because that's the other market that we are
Yeah.
targeting. Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, Man, I think I got all my questions. It was a really great pleasure to meet you and to know more about this. I'm not sure how we ended the pitch meeting, but I think you did really well. We're looking forward to send me more information and to spread out the word. And it was great talking with you. Like, this is for my
Yeah.
first time as well for you. So
Mine as well, and it was a good good start. But if you want, I can forward you the pitch deck so you can see there all
yes,
the details and see also the product, because that's the very important part, to see how all these things that I'm saying are translated into into the UX. And what about yourself? Are you based in which country are you based?
In Miami, in Florida, in the United
Aha,
States.
nice, 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 nice.
So just I've been knowing about Pitch, the platform, the different startups for a very long time, but this is actually the first time that I'm just testing it out. And
Exactly.
I just saw that you were online, and I went interested to know more. Like I don't
Great.
really know that much about blockchains um,
Aha,
and everything, but it's always nice to learn more to other type of investment opportunity that is out there, and to get education around those topics that maybe it's not your forte. My forte is mostly like real estate, marketing, that kind of stuff.
okay,
Was really good talking with you, man. Like, please,
great.
the pitch deck. I'm not sure if you can put a link to the pitch deck, or maybe you want to do it like in the profile or something, a PDF that people can go and take a look, maybe at the detail before they jump on the live call with you or something.
Yeah, it would be great. It would you would have much better picture if you have seen our pitch deck first. I don't know. I will ask also the lady that helps me with joining here because it's just 2 days that I have
Let
joined the
you
platform.
here.
I
Okay.
think through share probably here I see a button share probably that will send you the pitch deck somehow. I will try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Send me a message with the link there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Super good
Great.
luck.
Thanks.
I wish you the best. Like, get the funding. It's like me. Stay here because I know that people are going to see this chat. They are going to have some of the questions that I have. They are going to get interested on the project. I think it's really interesting. I think that there is a lot of market. Like, just capitalizing on the market for the different blockchain events that are happening around the world. There is like one every week somewhere around the world. I think that you can get really good traction and move forward the project with that. Okay, man?
Great.
Great.
Thanks a lot for your time
Thank you.
and for your questions.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye bye.